I'll take one, too.
Oh, you need a straw. I appreciate it.
I'll take one.
Welcome to the third episode of the James Miller Coaches Show, presented by Buffaloes in Canton. My name is Lorenzo Robinson. I am the host of your show, and today we're starting things off a little bit differently. Of course, we're in a new location. We are at Buffaloes in Canton, and we're going to start things off with a new guy on the block, Coach Richard Morgan, the new head coach of the Reinhardt University basketball program. How you doing, Coach?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for having me, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely appreciate you being a part of the show. And I know that this is your first kind of introduction, your first few months being at the school. What was your first impression upon your first visit at Reinhardt?
Well, first of all, go Eagles. That's all I know.
Absolutely.
But the main thing is, it's just the true values of family here. It's the winning culture. Those were some of the things that I really caught on to quickly here. The resources that you have to be successful. My impressions was just, that they want to get it done. This is one of the areas of sports that needs to get going. You walk through the gym and it's not a lot of history for this. So the slate is clean. I can make my own thing however I want to do it, but I can only do it with the players. I got to have players to be able to do it, and I think we went out and did a good job. Everybody knows I kept Dylan Bowling as my associate coach, and I did that, and he went out and got a ton of guys and brought them in here, and we're in our second day of practice, so he's done a fantastic job of just bringing in the guys, and now we just gotta get them there now. Got to get them there.
Absolutely, and I just want to ask you, what was it about Reinhardt particularly that drew you to this job, drew you to this location?
Well, first I got to thank Coach Burton. I mean, he believed in me from day one, and he really showed me how I can get this done. And coming from a person that already got it done the previous year, you immediately listen to that guy. So, it was the mission lined up fine for me with what the school mission is or what mine was, and we took the Reinhardt word and broke that thing down into "Are you ready?" And we went with respect. We just felt like respect of us having respect for this game, having respect from other people watching us play the game that we say we love. And then we said, effort. We got to have maximum effort every night. That's that travels. You're gonna miss shots, you're gonna miss free throws, but the effort is where it's got to be. And then the attitude of the guys. Not having bad attitudes, having good attitudes and being, we call it next play. Move on to the next play. And then after you do that, I think the biggest thing for this program is we got to get discipline. Discipline is going to carry us where we need to go. It's the foundation of our program. And we start every day, tucking our shirt tails in at practice to making sure we line up the right way and do the right thing. So I really like that. And then our last one is the kid. He's got to be able to commit to what we're doing. And then once he commits to what we're doing, I think it's just one of those things that everything will fall in place, and then we'll get back to that winning culture that's here at Reinhardt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So obviously you're not new to the Appalachian Athletic Conference. You spent 16 years as the head coach of the Bluefield Rams.
Yeah.
So when you come to a new spot, you have to find new places to do certain things, a new place to go work out, a new place to go get a haircut, a new place to do all these sort of things. Has the transition been difficult for you moving from Bluefield to Waleska?
No, it hasn't been. Anytime you're somewhere that long, it almost comes like home. But change is good, and I think I've accepted the change. I like the atmosphere. I like the people here, the community. Everybody's been great. For having me here, but anytime you have change, you got to adapt to it and adjust. And I think we've done that. My family's done that, and I left my boy back at Bluefield, so we'll get to that in February 21st. We'll get to that. But that's and we only play him one time. So, I don't have to gear up for him but one time. But, like I said, change is good, but I think it's the energy and the steps that we got to take to get this program back where it needs to be. And, meeting new people and learning the culture here has been great, and bring the experience into the fresh start. I think that's what I'm, here to do. I've been in this league for 16 years, and, I really know the coaches. I know the strategies and all that of this league, and I think it's just a matter of me putting my guys in a great situation that they can be successful.
Absolutely. So, last one, just really quick. I know that you had all this time being within the conference, so you've seen Reinhardt on plenty of occasions. You saw the 2024 version of this team. I just want to know, what was your assessment of the team that they put on the floor last season, and where do you envision taking this program moving forward?
Well, I hope it's no indication of the last game we played. It was 100-98, and I thought I was going to lose a little bit of hair I got on my head. But, we didn't. It wasn't a lot of defense out there that night, and we pride ourselves on defense, and it just was a situation where they played. The style of play was just up and down, getting after it. So it kind of, wasn't a lot to do, and guys went in the right spot, and it's just, went all the way down to the end, and they won at the end of the game. And I thought that was, one of the things I look back on, that, we came in here that day and played well and should have won the game, but didn't finish down the stretch. And I think that's going to be the big thing for here, is the defensive end of the floor. That's one of the things I'm here to do, is to improve the defense. Like I said earlier, the discipline and the defense is where I have all my focus right now. I know they can score because they scored 100 points, so I know they can score. I just need to make sure that we can guard somebody, and we can, make it difficult for the other team to leave out of this building with a victory.
Absolutely. Coach Morgan, I appreciate you for joining me. Definitely appreciate you taking the time to be a part of this, and I definitely look forward to talking to you more as the season goes on.
Hey, thanks so much, man, and like I always tell everybody, go Eagles.
Go Eagles, always. Yes, sir. That's Coach Richard Morgan of the Reinhardt University basketball team. And now we're going to take an opportunity to welcome back the namesake of the James Miller Coaches Show. It's going to be the man, Coach James Miller himself. We're going to take a moment to have him join us. Coach, how you doing today, man?
Man, I've been better.
Hey, man.
But I'm hanging.
Another day, man. Another day.
I'm still here.
So we're going to jump right into it, Coach Miller.
Yes, sir.
Coming off the game on Saturday against Southeastern. Starting it off, another tremendous atmosphere. It seemed like I didn't get a chance to make the trip, but just watching it online, it seemed like it was another really loud, raucous environment. Just tell me what these types of environments do for your team moving forward. Does it make you more used to these type of situations? Does it give you confidence in these type of situations? Just speak to that for a second.
Yeah, it was great. They probably had 2,000 or 3,000 people there. Great student section. It was packed on their side. Obviously, we didn't travel as well because it's pretty far. But great environment, great game to play in. I thought two teams that were really going at it. Extremely physical game. We're a little beat up. It's a tough trip because you got to go down Friday. It's an 8-hour trip, and then we had to play at 7, so you don't get on the bus till 11:30. You drive all night. You get back I think we got back at 7 a.m. on Sunday. So it presents its own challenges. Every time we do these trips, especially the next game, can be a real challenge. But, no, it was an awesome place to play. It was an awesome venue. They got a great football team. I think they have a great opportunity to win that conference. It felt like a playoff game, to be honest with you. That's what it felt like. Two teams really going at each other. And, they made more plays than we did in the end and came out on top.
Yes, sir. So another fast start for the offense.
Yeah.
That second drive, I believe it was the second drive. It was around 7 minutes and 30 seconds. You punctuated it with that 1-yard touchdown at the goal line. It really seemed like the offense was at its best during that drive, able to get things going on the ground, using the run to open up the pass. Do you believe that there are things you can take away from the way that your offense has started in these 3 games and help you be more successful as the game goes on?
Yeah, I thought, to be honest with you, from an offensive standpoint, I thought we played a really good game. I mean, we were 3 for 3 in the red zone. We were 7-11 on third down. I don't think people really know this. We didn't punt the football the whole game. The only way they got the ball was 2 interceptions. One is going to happen. The other one, we got to do a better job of just throwing the ball away. But I thought we played well for 3 quarters on offense, and then in the fourth quarter we got behind, had to throw the ball more, gave up some sacks, didn't protect the quarterback like we're capable of, and kind of got away from us. But we started fast. We drove down, got to the 20, had a wide open receiver. We unfortunately overthrew him. Ended up kicking a field goal, and then the next time we got the ball, we drove it right down, and we scored a touchdown, and we're up 10-0, feeling really good about it. And then they came back like a good team does, and on their next drive scored a touchdown on us, and then we were driving and unfortunately threw the interception. And we got to do better about it's like I told the guys at halftime, when you make mistakes and you're playing really good football teams, everything gets magnified. Everything becomes bigger. And I don't know if we responded in the way we need to when we made some mistakes. And then we got to try to eliminate those mistakes as well. I mean, they converted 3 third downs of plus 12. They converted a 3rd and 26, a 3rd and 15, and a 3rd and 12. That's not winning football on the defensive side of the ball. You're not going to win games allowing teams to do that. So that's really where the whole game kind of changed on us. It really, to be honest with you, Lorenzo, it came down to about 15 plays, I think. I think they had good plays on their side of the ball. We had good plays on our side of the ball on both sides, offensively and defensively. But they made about 10 to 15 more really good plays than we did, and that was the difference in the game.
And I've talked about it a lot over the course of being a part of broadcast so far this season. I spoke about it a lot during the Cumberland game in particular, those turning point plays where people see the final score, they're like, okay, this is what the game was. You look at the box score and you say, man, it seems like the game was one way. When you really watch the game, it always comes down to a play here, a play there, especially in games like that are so tight, where the talent is so even on both sides. So definitely something to watch for going forward. But speaking of something to watch for going forward, I thought that Ethan Rice really showed up and had a pretty good game. He had 8 touches, 71 yards. He scored a touchdown on the ground. Is it going to be a point of emphasis going forward to try to get him involved in different ways? Yeah,
that's an emphasis every week. He's a dynamic football player. Anytime he has a football in his hands, he can make a big play. He doesn't look fast, but he is fast. And he's a really strong runner. He can make you miss in the hole. That was the whole reason we switched him to wide receiver. And he's been making plays for us all season. And he didn't really play great in the Cumberland's game, and I thought he came back and responded in a major way. He's dynamic. I thought Ty McKee really played well. I think he had 9 catches for 72 yards. He was just making big catch after big catch. He's a playmaker that we got to find ways to get him the ball more. I thought our running backs ran really hard. I thought for the most part we blocked them up front, and their best group was their defensive line. Like, they really gave us some fits. They're talented up front. And I thought we handled them for 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, it kind of got out of our control a little bit. Nobody's fault but ours. But for 3 quarters, I thought we handled them. Defensively, everybody wants to look at the box score and say, well, you gave up 300 yards rushing. That's terrible. You do this, you do that. I don't really care about yards. People are going to get yards these days. The game is set up for offensive football, as bad as that sounds. We got to get off the field. And when you get guys in 3rd and long, like we just talked about, you got to get off the field. And if you get off the field, it doesn't matter what yards they get because we're making them punt. And all 3 of those things, we had the opportunity to get off the field, put them in long yardage situations, which I don't think they're good at. And every one of those ones they converted, they scored a touchdown. So those are huge, huge, huge possessions and huge plays. And it's like I told the guys yesterday, man, if you're that much better, it's a one-possession game probably. If we score the first touchdown of the game, it's a one-possession game. But guess what? Nobody cares about that stuff. They don't care about that stuff. I don't care about that stuff deep down because in the end we lost. So we got to do more. We got to make more plays. We got to get off the field more, bottom line.
No, I thought that special teams was another bright spot.
Yeah.
Alex Hansen, he was perfect.
Man.
2 for 2 on field goals. One was a 47-yarder. Perfect on his extra point as well. What does it mean to be able to have a guy that you can go to and trust in those situations and really just help your offense remain in the fight? What does it mean to have a kicker like that?
He had 3 touchbacks, too, on kickoffs. Like, people don't understand what a weapon that is to be able to have a kicker that, 1, can get you points, and then 2, put them in tough field position. He does everything. He punts, he kickoffs, he does field goals. And he's another guy that I didn't think played well against Cumberland's and then responded and had a really good game. Made a huge 43-yard field goal to start it and then made a 47-yarder later, which I was debating. I almost went for it because it was that point of the game, but we kicked it and he made it. He's a weapon. He's a great kid. He works really hard at it. Cagle does a great job with him, our student manager that helps with the kickers. He keeps them on track. So I was super proud of the way he responded, and he's a weapon for us in all facets, not just field goals, punting, kickoffs, everything. He does a great job in all those areas.
Definitely, and a star that you had on the defensive side of the ball, Braylon Jones, who won the Appalachian Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Another fine game from him. We had a chance to talk to him last week and seems to really be coming into his own after what was a tough year for him dealing with injury. What does it mean for your defense and your defensive backfield to be able to have him return and play at such a high level?
No, he's kind of the quarterback of the defense. And really, I want him to be more vocal. I think that's something he has to really strive to get better at, is being more vocal to make sure the secondary is all on the same page, that we know what the call is, we know what the coverage is, we know if we're playing in or out or colt, which I know you guys don't know what any of that means, but it's different coverages that we play in the back end that they got to check to based on the formation or motion that the offense does so that everybody's on the same page. And one of the 3 and outs that we didn't get is because we weren't on the same page in the secondary on a bunch set. And I want him to take more of that leadership role to make sure those guys understand how vital it is for all of us to be on the same page. So he's got to really become more vocal, but he's playing great football. He's a sure tackler. When he sees it, he goes. He doesn't hesitate. He can make plays in the passing game or the run game. He's a safety that can really do it all. I don't want to say he's Kellen Neal because Kellen Neal was super special, but he's pretty darn close. And he's a great kid from Rockmart High School right here in Georgia, and we're excited to have him.
Absolutely, and you touched on it a little bit earlier, speaking on clean football, going 7 of 11 on 3rd down. What I was probably most impressed with, 4 penalties. Only 4 penalties in a game like that, a game of that magnitude, facing off against a team that talented and athletic. Are these things that you can take as building blocks as the season goes forward?
Yeah, I mean, like Saturday, I think we made them play their best game. We didn't play our best game, but they had to play their best game for them to win. We had no pre-snap penalties. 2 of the penalties we got were with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter on a late game both sides are kind of at it with each other. And we got into a wrestling match, not a football block, a wrestling match. And we got a 15-yarder, and then another guy tried to stick up for somebody, and he got a 15-yarder. So, really we had 2 penalties the whole game. I don't think we had a penalty on offense besides those 2 at the end. Like, you think about that. We were 7-11 on third down, no penalties, 3 of 3 in the red zone. Like, it's super frustrating as a coach because I think we did some really good stuff offensively, and right now we're just not finding a way to win. And again, margin error is small when you play playoff teams, and we gotta decrease our margin of error by making less mistakes. And I think if we do that, then I think we'll see some positive things happen. But I'm super proud of their effort. They fought as hard as they could. Taylor Jackson is crawling off the ground, running the ball extremely hard, doing great things for us out there. I think somebody ripped either or Jamarion's dread out of his head. It was on the sideline. Guys are playing their tails off. It's just not going the way we want right now. So me and my wife decided to switch sides of the bed. I'm going to get up at a different hour. I asked Feeney to pray for us tonight. So we're pulling out all the stops to try to figure this thing out. But we're going to get it right. Our kids, I'm on them hard, man. I coach them hard. I was on Taylor's butt today in practice. And sometimes I think I'm too hard on them, all of them. But it's because I want to win. I don't want to win for me. I want to win for them because they work their tails off, and I want to see them have success. So when we're not winning, it makes it hard on me, and it makes me frustrated. So we're going to get it right, though.
So I can tell that players on the team watch our show.
Oh, boy.
Because you challenged the defensive line, Nathaniel Sanford in particular, going into the Cumberland game. I think he had one of his better games as a Reinhardt Eagle in that game, the way that he stepped up. Last week, I don't know if you remember, but you challenged the running back room. You challenged them to step up, and I felt like they kind of took things to a different level in this game, going up against a tough defensive front. How do you think the running backs responded after what was a tough game for them in Tennessee against Cumberland?
I thought they ran hard. I thought they ran really hard. I thought Jamarian ran harder. I thought ran as hard as I've ever seen him. I thought our receivers blocked better on the perimeter. That was another area we had to get better at, and I thought they did better on the perimeter. I thought they really stepped up and played better. I thought all around we played better. We just, we're just not clicking all the way. So, but we're going to figure it out. I'm not a guy that's ever going to give up. Nobody's going to outwork us. Nobody's going to work harder than us, and we're going to do everything we can to right the ship. So, we had to do things a little different this week, especially with the travel. You've been in a couple of those travels. I feel like those travels are more tough on you mentally as much as they are physically because you're just mentally drained and tired. You can't sleep on a bus. It's impossible. We did things a little different this week, and hopefully it pays off come Saturday.
Yes, sir. And Southeastern, very talented. We saw what they were able to do up front. Really good in multiple spots. What do you feel like are their chances in the Sun Conference? The Sun Conference, very tough. You have Kaiser, you have St. Thomas, Ave Maria, all of these different teams. Florida Memorial, a team that you played earlier in the year. How would you gauge their chances to not just compete but win that conference this season?
If I had to pick, I'm picking them. I think they got a dynamic quarterback. I think they got 3 or 4 dynamic guys on offense that can go the distance. They're super well coached. They do a lot of stuff defensively that can keep you on your toes. I think they're a really good football team. I think their defensive line is the best we've played so far this season. Now we got another tough one coming in Saturday, but They're good, man. They're good. I don't want to take anything away from them. Everything we talked about, like, they're a good football team. I think they got a chance to win the whole thing. I think they'll be right there with them, Kaiser, St. Thomas, and I don't know all those teams, but I know those 3 teams are usually perennial powers, and I think they're in that mix to win that whole thing. Coach Waugh does a great job. I hope I pronounced that name correctly, but he does a great job.
I heard them say it on the broadcast.
He does a great job preparing them. They've been prepared every year, and I think they got a great shot.
All right, so we're going to close the book on the game with this. Any final thoughts on the game that you wanted to add?
No, I want us to come and I want us to come ready to go at home, man. We got to protect our home turf. We got to come out fighting, scratching, and clawing. I think that's why I was so intense at practice today, because we gotta come out swinging, and we're gonna try. We're gonna throw everything we got at them. Our coaches have been working their tails off the last 24 hours creating a plan. It was a little rough today at times because we had a lot of new stuff in there, but I think in a couple more days we'll have everything down, and I want to see our guys coming out Saturday. I want to see them throwing punches, man. I want to see us go toe-to-toe. We got a super talented team coming in. They're going to be in the top 10. I think they are in the top 10. I don't know if anybody's played a tougher schedule than us. I'd like to see it if they have. But, these are the games you want to play in. Like, this is why you play football. I love playing in these games. Like, I get butterflies on game day. Like, I feel like I'm back playing again. Like, I get fired up on the sidelines just because that's what it felt like when I played. That's why I coach, is to play in these type of environments, these type of games against these type of opponents. If you can't get up for these games, then you shouldn't play football. Like, shouldn't be out there. Like, these are the ones you want to go toe-to-toe in. So I think it's a great opportunity for us come Saturday.
For sure, and the team that you're referring to, a team that faced off against another Sun Conference power, had a big win, familiar face. We're going to take a closer look at Reinhardt's next opponent after this commercial break. This is the James Miller Coaches Show.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
One so far here, which will be other people's best season ever. 1, 2, 3, here we go!
Ethan Rice in at quarterback. Rice making a move. Rice down the sideline to the 10-5. Touchdown, Reinhardt. The fake handoff. The pass is complete. It's caught by Cedric Colors. It'll be a first down for the Eagles. The handoff, fake handoff. The catch by Austin Davis at tight end. Davis making a move. Picking up the first down. A gain of about 20. Quick pass. The tackle is made by number 11, Adam Waleska, in about 3. And coming across the formation, the handoff is fake. Thrown into the end zone. Touchdown, Taylor Jackson to Xavier Walker. The hold, and it is good.
And welcome back to Buffaloes in Canton. This is the James Miller Coaches Show. I'm still with the namesake of the show, Coach James Miller. So just like last week, just like the week before, it's over, it's done. Southeastern game is officially behind us. Now it's a new challenge. Top 10, Lindsey Wilson. Very familiar face for this program. Speak a little bit about the team that you guys are getting ready to do battle against on Saturday.
Before we speak about Lindsey Wilson, we need Ben Hollars to order the food. Like, he had one job when I went up here, to order the food, and he's over there taking a break. Lord. Yes, Lindsey Wilson, probably playing the best football of anybody in the country. So they've beaten Texas Wesleyan, number 10, and they beat St. Thomas, who is, I believe, 5. And then they beat Ave Maria on a tough road trip all the way to Florida. They're playing extremely good football. And I'm not talking about just beating people, putting the hammer on. Like, I think they've given up 26 rushing yards, 48 rushing yards, and 76 rushing yards for each team, all 3 games. So they're extremely difficult to handle defensively. They do a lot of stuff. Offensively, they have a huge back. He's super physical, runs extremely hard. They got a quarterback that's playing good. They've played 2 quarterbacks. I think the first string guy's hurt, and the second string guy came in and they didn't even lose a beat. They got a transfer receiver from Kentucky Wesleyan that one of our coaches actually knows, played with when he was there, who's a super talented guy. So they got a lot of dudes. Coach Kleckler is a defensive genius. They got a new offensive coordinator, Jay Bright, who came to him from Bethel University, who really does a great job of preparing them offensively. They're tough, man. Good on special teams. Like, they're just an all-around good team. I mean, I think they beat Ave Maria 37-3. They beat St. Thomas 52-24, and they beat Texas Wesleyan 45-10, I believe. Like, they've destroyed everybody. So we got a huge challenge in front of us. I'm excited about it. I think our kids are excited about it, and we're going to go attack it.
Absolutely, and again, there is some shared history between these 2 programs. Plenty of great moments between these 2 squads. Most recently, 2022 playoff game, a game that I was a part of, right down to the wire. It seems like every time Lindsey Wilson and Reinhardt are on the field with each other, it's a game. It's an instant classic.
Yeah.
How are you preparing the guys mentally for that sort of rivalry that exists between these 2 programs?
Yeah, it goes all the way back to my first year. We beat them on a 2-minute drill at Lindsey Wilson, I think like 48 or 52-48. Then they were ranked number 1 when Chris Oliver was there. Keegan was born the week of the game. My wife gives me crap because I went to practice the day he was born. She thought I should have stayed at the hospital. She's going to see this and be really upset that I brought this up. But he was born that week, and we beat the number 1 team in the country. And then we went up there when you were there, and we were down 23-0 with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and got it to 23-22. And I went for 2, and we didn't get it, and we ended up losing 23-22. So they have all been instant classics. Oliver, since Chris Oliver was there, now with Coach Kleckler. Oliver, since Chris Oliver was there, now with Coach Kleckler there. They've always put a good product on the field. They're Kentucky guys. They recruit Kentucky and Tennessee extremely hard. They do a really good job in recruiting of getting the fit that they want for what they do schematically on both sides of the ball. He's just a defensive guru, man. They do so much. I don't know how they get their kids to do all that stuff that they do. Like, it's crazy, man. They twist, they stunt, they play 6 different fronts. Like, I don't have time to draw it all up, all the crap they do. So, we're going day by day trying to figure this thing out. But they're a super big challenge for sure.
So returning home after being on the road back-to-back weeks, how much of a boost will that provide to the squad, being back in front of their friends and family?
Yeah, I think it will. I think it's always good playing at home. I think it's always an advantage. We always have a great crowd at home. I think it's going to be a great environment on Saturday. I know they're bringing a lot of people. It should be a super awesome place to play a college football game, a small college football game especially. Both teams are going to be going at it. It's going to be super intense, super physical. Both sides are physical. They want to run the football. We want to run the football. So we're going to have to bring our A game to have an opportunity to win.
So you spoke about it a little bit before we went to break, wondering who has played a tougher schedule than you guys up to this point. A Florida Memorial team with plenty of athletes all over the field, a team that went 7-3 last season. On the road against Cumberland, a team that also went 7-3 in the Mid-South. That's one of the toughest conferences in the country. A Southeastern team that was ranked in the top 25. I believe they're 13th in the top 25 this week. Has the early part of your schedule prepared you for a challenge like the one you're going to see on Saturday?
I think so. Now, I think they've also played tough people, obviously, by who they have on their schedule. But, yeah, I think it always helps you. Like, you know what type of game you're getting ready to walk into. It's not like we've played, a team that you never want to say you should beat somebody, but a team that, you think you should be able to handle. Every team we've played so far has been talented, been very good on both sides of the football, really in all 3 phases, and presented their own different challenges every game. So that's what Lindsey Wilson does. They present challenges in all 3 phases. We're going to have to both mentally and physically prepare for those challenges, and then make sure that we are as much mentally ready as we are physically ready.
Okay, so what's the X factor for this week? Is it a player? Is it a position group? What's the one particular thing that you're looking for to help turn the tide in the right direction for the program?
I think it's 2 things. Take care of the football, because that's hurt us in the last 2 games. Take care of the football and minimize, not don't make any mistakes, but try to minimize our mistakes as much as we can. And I think if we do those things, I think we got a great opportunity to be successful.
Yes, sir, and we've done it every time that we've done this show so far. So this is going to be the 3rd time. The James Miller word of the week. What is the word that you are imparting upon your team, imparting upon the entire program, the fan base? What's the one word focus for this week going into the Lindsey Wilson matchup? Brotherhood.
Play for the guy next to you. Lay it all on the line for the guy next to you. Prepare for the guy next to you. Do what you got to do away from the field to make sure you're mentally ready to go in order for us to be successful on Saturday. It's not just a physical thing, it's a mental thing as well. If you're not handling your responsibilities off the field, going to class, doing the right thing, being a good person, using manners in the cafeteria, pushing your chair in when you're done, listening to your teacher, not being disrespectful, you're not going to be successful on the field. So we got to do everything right off the field. We got to do everything right on the field, buy in, and put our best foot forward. I think if we do that, we'll be fine.
For sure. And last thing, I know that it's going to be a great environment. You guys are actually doing something special for the crowd. Was there a message that you wanted to say to the crowd for Saturday?
Please come. The more, the merrier. Like, we need as many people as we can get there. We need to make it a raucous environment. I don't know if we need to do something as a football team. Maybe we can make rock jugs and sell them for $5 and give everybody rock jugs on Saturday to make some noise.
Hope somebody caught that, right?
But we need to do something. We need to make it raucous. We need to make it rocking. We need as many people, as many students as we can. I think that's something that we could do better as a university, is trying to get more of our students to stay on campus and come to the games on Saturday. I think if we could ever get more students and make it, like, that was the thing that was super impressive about Southeastern. Their student section they were a bunch of maniacs, man. It was awesome to see. It was really cool. And I think we could do the same thing at Reinhardt. We've done it in the past. We played a Thursday night game, I think, your junior year against Faulkner, and it was rocking, and there was a lot of people there. And that's what we need. We need the students to come out. We need the students to support it. Our kids work really hard, and we would greatly appreciate it.
So week 1, it was Nathaniel Sanford in the defensive line getting challenged. They stepped up. Week 2, it was the running back room and Ja Colbert. They stepped up. You heard it here from Coach Miller. Students, it's on you. He's challenging you guys to help propel the team to victory this coming Saturday. Coach Miller, always a pleasure.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for joining me.
Good luck with these two guys.
Absolutely. That was Coach James Miller of the James Miller Coaches Show. And we wanted to do something a little bit different, being that we are at Buffalo's in Canton. We wanted to have a chance to spotlight the big boys, the guys up front. So now joining me is the offensive lineman of the week, Mr. Ben Hollars. Ben, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, Zoe. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You've been a part of the program now 4 years, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this 4th season.
4 years, and it seems like you've grown more and more each year. Right now, I would say that you're playing the best football of your career.
I definitely agree with you. For all those who don't know me, I started off at Kennesaw State, then transferred here to Reinhardt, and I definitely agree with Lorenzo. Each year, I think I've gotten better and better, and this year especially, with the help of Coach Miller and all my teammates, I think I have definitely picked my game up in playing the best football I have of my career for sure.
For sure. So what has been the key for that steady improvement over the course of your career?
Really, it's just drilling the fundamentals. Out of high school, I came from a triple option offense, and I never took a real pass set or any of those. Never ran any type of like zone scheme. So I was very, very raw to that coming into Reinhardt. And I think each year of me just being in the program and being in the system, and just with Coach Miller pushing me to be the best player I can, and just a lot of hard work, I think I've made those improvements.
Absolutely. And this season, you're a returning starter. You started last season.
Yep.
Now entering your senior year, you're a guy who's expected to kind of shoulder some of that leadership burden, a role that you necessarily didn't have to play in previous seasons. How has that adjustment been for you this year?
It's been a little bit changed because, like you said, I haven't really it really hasn't been necessary for me to take a leadership role, but this year, as a senior, it's like a mandatory thing. So it's been good because I haven't really been used to using my voice, but this year I feel like I have a lot. I still need to work on it. I think that's one of the things I need to improve on more, is using my voice and just being the leader for like the young guys in the O-line especially, and just for the offense and the team in general.
So I hate to put you on the spot, but you are the son of a coach.
Yes.
You do have that in your back pocket, a wealth of knowledge and experience that have, that you went home to every single day. Does that make it easier for you to understand the game coming from a football family?
Well, I think it does. Like you said, my dad, Mark Hollars, he's been coaching for, I think this is year 35 for him. So I've grown up ever since I was a little kid, just being on the sideline, being at my dad's practices, his games on the weekends and on Friday nights. And like I said, it's a football family. My uncles, my cousins, they all play football from every level, from NFL, college, high school. And a lot of my uncles coach to this day. They still coach, and my cousins coach. So it really is a football family. And I think just because I've grown up around that, it's given me a sense of just better, I guess, football knowledge.
So, last question. What's one thing that you feel like you want to improve upon moving forward as the year continues?
One thing I can improve upon is always just, as an offensive lineman, just footwork and just each week we're playing some really good D linemen. Like especially this week, we played 3 or 4 studs from Southeastern, and then it's like we're playing the same intensity of guys with Lindsey Wilson. They're very good, and they got some really good linebackers too. So got to have great footwork this week. They, like Coach Miller said, they twist a lot. They do a lot of games up front. So we have great footwork and just I think footwork's one of those things, and just pad level always as an O lineman. You always want to have great pad level. And just good feet in the pass game. So I think those 3 things are something I want to continue to improve on throughout the season.
Ben, thank you for joining me, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely appreciate it. That is the offensive lineman of the week, Mr. Ben Hollars. And now we're going to switch sides of the ball. We're going to get a chance to meet the defensive lineman of the week, Mr. Darius Jordan. I'm going to give him a chance to get settled in. Go ahead and put that on, sir. How you doing, man? Oh, we'll figure it out. Yep, other way. Yep, there you go. Oh, hold on. Yep, try to get you right, man. Okay. All right. This is live. It's not being taped. This is live. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Absolutely. And so you are a young guy. You're someone who maybe wasn't expected to play the type of role that you're playing, but you're playing some really good football out there over the course of these past few weeks. You come from a great high school program down there in Burke County.
Yes, sir.
Have those experiences that you had coming from that program prepared you for college ball?
Yes, sir. So with Coach Stevens and my recent coach, also with Coach Parker, it helped me out a lot coming to college because we ran a college style offense, defense, just program in general. And then I just went to a great school that taught us how to be a college student, college athlete in general.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's so rare for a younger player to come in and really produce right away. It seems like it hasn't been a problem for you. What has helped ease your transition from high school to the college game?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't easy. When I first got here, I got injured 2 times right after each other, and but I just bought in to what Coach Alexander and Coach Miller is teaching us, and that's really it.
Absolutely. So, being that you're not so much of a familiar face just yet for the program, because you are still new to the program, for those who don't know, for those who haven't had a chance to really key in on you, they're going to be keying in on you now. Yeah. What's one aspect of your game that they can expect to see just jump out off the screen when watching you play?
They're going to see a guy that is going to rush the passer with great speed, great power, finesse, and they also just going to see somebody that not just a pass rusher, but that can stop the run as well.
Okay. So what's your personal goal for the rest of this year, and what's your goal for the team?
This year I want to at least, play some more snaps in a game, but I want to at least give me 3 to 4 sacks this year.
3 to 4 sacks. 3 to 4 sacks. I'm gonna hold you to it too. Yeah, Darius, thank you for joining me, man.
All right.
That is the defensive lineman of the week, Darius Jordan. My name is Lorenzo Robinson, your host, and this has been episode 3 of the James Miller Culture Show.